Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a highly requested video and it is my drugstore favorite products video. Super excited because I do feel like I incorporate drugstore products into my videos, but I do incorporate a lot of high-end. I do use a lot of high-end products, so it's nice to just sit down and tell you guys the gems of the drugstore. And these are products that I use either on a daily basis or every time I go out, or pretty much every time I do my makeup. Most of these are incorporated. I know it's prom season, so this is the perfect time to be uploading this, and just for anyone who's on a budget, these products are amazing for what they cost. I actually used all drugstore products on my face today to create this look, except for my eyebrows. I did use Anastasia Beverly Hills on my brows because I have not yet found a eyebrow from the drugstore that I love, like an eyebrow pencil, an eyebrow powder. I tried the NYX brow pencil. I'm not crazy about it. I've tried a lot of drugstore brow products, but I'm not crazy about them. So let's just get started with my favorite drugstore makeup products. First up, I want to talk about my favorite drugstore foundation, and this is also one of my favorite foundations, period, the L'Oreal Pro Matte Infallible. I love this foundation because it just gives me an amazing matte, demi-matte finish. I have it on right now. I am using 102 right now, but I was using 103 regularly. I have pretty much every shade that it comes in. For a long time, I was using this in my kits, and my clients always told me, like, what foundation did you use on me? Like, it covered everything. It looks matte. It looks flawless. It lasted a really long time. L'Oreal Pro Matte Infallible. I mean, this is just amazing stuff. This is probably top 3 foundations of all time, and you guys know I have dry skin, normal to dry skin, so a demi-matte foundation or a matte foundation usually scares dry skin people away, but this one is just so flawless. It just looks so airbrushed. It just looks great. It looks amazing. Every time I wear this, I get compliments on it. I also really love the Maybelline Matte and Poreless, as well as the Milani foundation, but this is the one that I go to if I want to look like really smooth, and I don't mind using a lot because it's drugstore. Next up, I want to talk about a palette, and this is the LA Colors I Heart Makeup Contour Palette. I have mine in the light medium version. I love this contour palette. I used it today. I'm gonna say that a lot because I use all of these products on my face pretty much today, but this is just such an amazing palette. For $6.99, it is just out of this world. These colors are so buttery soft. I love that you get a really nice yellow banana shade. I love that you get bronzing shades, contour shades. You get a mixture of cool and warm. By the way, if you hear a lot of noise outside, it's a gorgeous day in New York City, and I have to have my window open, so you might just hear some street noise outside. I apologize in advance. Yeah, that bus gotta go. Okay. You do get a highlight shade in this palette, but I don't really use it. I use this contour shade, I use this banana shade, this light vanilla shade, and then these two warmer colors. I am just so freaking obsessed with this. This is the best $7 I probably spent. If you like that Kim K super bright under eye, you need to get a palette like this because you can mix like the banana shade with the light shade and just get a really nice highlighted under eye, and you can contour and bronze with this, which I think is really hard to find, a contour palette that has both warm and cool tones. I know the Kat Von D has warm and cool tones, but it has one of each, where this one you get so many shades, and I just feel like it's so versatile. I feel like this one just works for so many different skin tones. They also have a medium dark finish, which I also have, but this is the one that I use on myself and the one that I gravitate towards. So love this, and you need this in your life. Next up, I want to talk about a blush from the drugstore that I pretty much use every day or every time I do my makeup, and it is Milani Luminoso. I know everyone here on YouTube talks about this. This is an OG product for me. I used this like back in the day when I didn't know anything about makeup, and it is just the most amazing peachy corally blush. Just like the name suggests, Luminoso, this definitely gives you a nice luminous, glowy, peachy, beautiful cheek. I do have this on right now. I freaking love this blush. Like, words cannot explain how much I love this blush. This is another one of those products that is top 3 holy grail blushes for me, and it's super inexpensive. I love Luminoso. Speaking of blush, I wanted to mention another one that I don't think I've used on my channel before, but it is the L'Oreal Visible Lift Color Lift Blush in Rose Gold Lift. I got this because of Nerber XO. If you don't watch her, you have to watch her. She's freaking flawless and amazing and gorgeous and intelligent. I talked about Ner on my channel before. She's just one of my favorites. But she talked about this blush and she was using it as like a highlight blush, and it looked so freaking good, so I went out and bought it, and it is just so pretty. I do prefer this when I'm a little bit more tan. This is such a pretty rose gold tone blush, and it has a lot of gold undertones, so it's like a gold mixed with a pink, and it's a cream kind of blush, and it just looks so healthy on the cheeks. I love that this is a blush mixed in with a highlight, again, because I love for my cheeks to be nice and glowy and healthy. When you do have a darker complexion and you throw this on, it just looks like such a pretty gold sheen on the cheeks, and I love it. Speaking of highlights, I wanted to shout out one of my favorite drugstore highlights, and this is the Physicians Formula Natural Nude All-in-One Custom Nude Palette for Face and Eyes in Shimmer Strips. And this is the natural nude color, I guess. I love this highlight so much. I have it on right now. It is just that wham bam highlight, and it's really hard to find a really nice pigmented highlight at the drugstore. I did pick up the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powder, which everyone's on the hunt for on eBay, and it does give you a really nice highlight, but I didn't want to mention it in this video because this is like my all-time favorite drugstore products, and that kind of just came out. This one I've been loving for a while. It's just so beautiful and glowy, and it just looks so good. I love that you get lighter shades and darker shades. You can just use one strip, or you could just mix it all up like I did today, and you just get a beautiful glow. I love Physicians Formula highlights and bronzers because they just know what they're doing when it comes to powders. So love this stuff. If you can still get your hands on it, definitely pick it up because it's a gem from the drugstore. Another must-have drugstore product for me is the LA Girl Pro Conceal High Definition Concealer in Toast. When I'm going out and I want that snatched nose, I always use this. I love the shade Toast because it's a nice, cool-toned, bronzy color, and the formula on these I'm not too crazy about, but this specific color just works for my skin tone, and I just lay it on my nose and blend away, and it just looks really good. You do have to blend pretty quickly with these because they dry really fast on the skin. I'm not crazy about the lighter shades as concealers, but I do love the darker ones for contouring and bronzing and things like that. So LA Girl Pro Conceal, and this is like $2.99 or $1.99 at the beauty supply store. I know that's not like drugstore, you can't find it at Rite Aid, but you can find it at a beauty supply or online, and it's super duper cheap. So I still consider it drugstore because the beauty supply is kind of like drugstore for me. So LA Girl Pro Conceal. Oh, and you could get this at Ricky's too, so Toast is my jam. Next up, I wanted to mention the Maybelline setting powder. This is supposed to be a dupe for the Laura Mercier translucent powder, which I do find that it is. I know NYC has a even better dupe. I don't have the NYC, so I use the Maybelline, and I use it today. I love it. This is a microfine translucent powder, but this is more comparable to the NARS loose powder rather than the Laura Mercier, because the Laura Mercier has a little bit more of a beigey tint, like a little bit of yellow in it. This one is more of that stark white, but it doesn't really give me flashback when I take pictures, so love this, and it's a great affordable translucent setting powder. Next up, I wanted to shout out a bronzer. This is the NYX Matte Bronzer in Deep Tan, and I love this. Right now, I'm a little fair for it, but I still use it, and it's just a beautiful, really deep tan color. It's really hard for me to find bronzers at the drugstore that have a nice formula, and I feel like this one is just the best one that I found. I do love NYC Sunny. I do love the Physicians Formula bronzers, but I like this one because not only does it have a great formula, the color is just spot on and perfect. Perfect for bronzing, and it's not too light and it's not too dark where it looks really muddy. I just really love this. If you don't have this, you have to pick it up. NYX Deep Tan. It is the darkest shade that it comes in. You do have to blend quite a lot if you're my complexion and you're using this color, but when I have a tan, this is the bronzer that I go for because a lot of my bronzers just won't bronze me up, and this color is dark enough for me to use. So I love this, and it's super inexpensive. NYX Deep Tan. Next up, I want to shout out a palette, and this is the Sonia Kashuk Eye on Neutral Matte Palette. I have mine in 02, and I love this palette. I love it because it's all matte. It's all really nice neutral shades. I love that this has warm and cool tones. I use this on my eyes today. I have the black underneath my eye, smoked out just a little bit, and then I have this nice peachy tone right in the crease and the white shade just on the lid, and I just love this palette. It's a really simple basic palette. I wouldn't say it's my favorite palette of all time, but it's definitely my favorite drugstore palette. I just feel like it's really versatile and you get tons of great shades, and Sonia Kashuk does have other versions of this palette. This is just the one that I picked up because these are colors that I would use. I don't really use that gray shade because it's just not the best, but these lighter colors really have nice pigmentation. They can be a little chalky and they do have a little bit of fallout, but those are things that I just kind of work with. I just dust the fallout away, and I just make sure to use really great brushes when I use this palette. But I do love this, and it's a great palette. I think this was either $10 or $20. Still pretty inexpensive, and I love it. As far as eyeliners go, I love the NYX Gel Pencil liners. I have mine in brown and in pitch black. I love these kohl liners. They're the Tress Jolie. These don't smudge on me. They're super duper pigmented. They're buttery. They're soft. They're just like kohl liners, and they just really stay on my waterline really well. These are probably one of my favorite pencils of all time. I think this was definitely a big hit for NYX, and you can find these at Ulta, or now NYX is pretty much carried everywhere. I have this on my waterline right now, and I just love that it doesn't run. These are just super simple and easy, and if you haven't tried them, you definitely have to pick them up. My favorite drugstore mascara is the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black. I've been using this for a while. Carly Bible, I feel like, put us all onto this mascara. I've been using this for years and years and years. It's super black. It doesn't smudge. It doesn't get on my skin. It's just a really easy mascara. I pretty much always use false lashes, but my lashes are pretty damaged right now because of my lash extensions. They're falling out. They're just a hot mess. But when I did have naturally long, nice lashes, I used to use this, and they just looked so long and so black, and I just love how the brush on this is super skinny and fine because you really get to wiggle the product in, and this does have a rubberized brush head and super thin, so it's perfect for the bottom lashes, and when you do the top lashes you can really wiggle the product in and pull up, and it just gives your eyes a nice open effect. And I love that this lengthens my lashes. This mascara isn't too volumizing, but when I'm only wearing mascara, I don't really care too much about volume. I just want them to look really long, and I want my eyes to look open and awake, and this one is just it for me. I love drugstore mascaras, but L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black definitely is my fave. For liquid liners, I love this NYX Black Liner. It's $3 and it's just so amazing. I do love the black and not the pearlized black, but this is just an amazing black liner. I used it today. I didn't use any other liner but this one on my top lid, and it is a little tricky to do a wing liner with this if you are new to wing liner because it has a brush. So I would recommend maybe using a felt tip first and then deepening it and darkening it with this one. I always use this on top of any eyeliner that I use. If I use my Tom Ford, which is super expensive, if I use the Inglot Gel Liner, which I love, any liner that I use, any liquid liner, I always top it off with this one because this one is just so black and so matte, and I just love the effect that it gives. I want my black liner to be as black as my soul. Next up is a product I use every single time I do my makeup pretty much. It's the Revlon Lash Adhesive. Anytime that I'm using false lashes, I always use this lash glue. I don't know if this is what's causing my lashes to get a little brittle, but I highly doubt it because I've been using this for a really long time and it never gave me the problem. But my lashes are falling off. I don't know. It could be a lot of things, but the Revlon lash glue, I know that when I use this, my lashes are not going to be falling off because that is the last thing that I want. That is just so utterly embarrassing to me. Having your lashes come off at an event or on a date is just so bad. So Revlon Lash Adhesive, the white with the black top, is my jam. It's just super sticky. It dries really fast. You just pop them on and they don't move. The problem with really wet glues like Duo is that when you put the lash on, they're just slipping and sliding everywhere, and that's when I feel people mess up. Get yourself some Revlon Lash Adhesive. I'm telling you, it makes lashes so much easier. This is like super glue for your lashes, and I just ripped my lashes off. Maybe that's why my lashes are falling off, but this is just super glue, and at this point I cannot afford for my lashes to be falling off. Next up, I want to quickly mention the NYX Glitter Face and Body Glitter in gold. I have this in my inner corners right now. I mentioned this in my last favorites video. Just a really nice glitter from the drugstore. I was actually showing the bronze color in my April favorites, and I meant to show you guys the gold. The gold is really gold. The bronze one is like not as pigmented, but the gold shade is amazing, and it's the 05 shade, and it's just a nice loose glitter. You can use this all over your lid. You could use this just on the inner corners, underneath. You could do like a liquid liner with this. Like, there's so much you can do with the glitter, so I just love glitter. You could also use this in your nails, even though I don't do my nails, but you know. If you have been watching me for a while, then you know that L'Oreal Ferris Nude and Wet n Wild Bare It All were my favorite lipsticks of all time. They were just my go-to nudes. But I have a newfound love, and it is the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in London. This is what I was using in my 5-minute makeup challenge. I was getting a couple of questions on what I was using in that video, and it was this guy. I just love this color so much. It is just the perfect nude. It does have a little bit of like peachy, like pinky undertones, but it just looks so freaking pretty. It's almost like an orangey nude, but I love it. And I love these soft matte lip creams. I feel like NYX makes the best lip products of all time. This color is just perfection. So this one is London, and then I love the NYX butter glosses too. I'm telling you, NYX makes like the best glosses and the best soft matte lip creams and lip pencils. Like, they just kill the lip game. And this butter gloss is in Tres Leches, which is a really nice pretty pink color. They're pigmented enough that you can wear them on their own, or you can layer them on top of a lipstick or a liquid lipstick, and it's not going to change the formula or get gunky or get nasty. It's just so pretty, and I love Tres Leches. I love a lot of them. I love Dulce Leche. There's like tons. I probably own all of the nude butter glosses, but I do love them, and they're super shiny, which is always nice. Another gloss that I wanted to mention is the Milani Brilliance Lip Shine, and this is in the shade. The number or name on mine rubbed off, but I will find it and list it down below. This is what I'm wearing right now. I just love the Brilliant Shine lip glosses in general. They're just really pretty, and I love this shade. It's like the perfect nude shade. Also really pigmented and super duper shiny, like incredibly shiny. You guys could see that right there. So I will find the name for this one and list it. I did apply this on top of London yesterday in the 5-minute makeup challenge, and I just love how it looked. Super shiny and the perfect nude combo. And then I just want to mention my favorite lip liners from the drugstore. I love Jordana lip liners. This one is in Tawny. This is a nice lip liner that's a little more rosy, but it looks so good when you overline your lips with this guy. This is Tawny. And then I love the NYX lip pencils as well, and this one is in Natural. But I love all of them. This is just 2 colors that I pulled out. That's Natural, Tawny, and then we have those. I do love the formulas in general. Doesn't have to be this exact color. You know, get what works for you. But I love the formula of the Jordana lip liners as well as the NYX lip liners. I feel like they're just really pigmented and really cheap. I feel like drugstore lip liners are great because most of the times we're putting a lipstick or a liquid lipstick on top of the lip liner, so it doesn't really show that much. So yeah, these are great. NYX and Jordana, amazing lip liners. As far as setting sprays, you guys know I love my Pixi sprays. This is the Makeup Fixing Mist, and this is the Glow Mist. Pixi is sold at Target. I know not all Targets carry Pixi, but you could also get it on Target.com. To me, Target is considered drugstore because they carry all drugstore makeup. So yeah, I love these sprays, specifically the Makeup Fixing Mist. I use this every single time I do my makeup. It's just holy grail for me. I feel like it just melts the product into my skin. This will fix me right up if I put too much product. It's just amazing, and it smells divine. I love the Glow Mist too. For people who have really dry skin, I like to apply these on my clients as well. These are hydrating. They make my makeup stay on, and they're amazing. They're just amazing. Lashes. I want to quickly mention some lashes that are my favorites from the drugstore. I love Salon Perfect lashes. These are the 614s. I love that they're really wispy and crisscrossed. I love those. Those are the 614s. And then I also love the 615s, which is what I have on right now. These are like crack. Like, you cannot find these anywhere. I got these at Walmart, and I stocked up. I bought like 6 packs. I love how spaced out they are, and I love how thin and invisible the band is because you can get away with wearing those with no liner, and it looks amazing. And I also really love the Vegas Nay Eyeliner Grand Glamour lashes. I don't have them in here because I use them, but they are freaking amazing. If you are into a bold, dramatic lash, then you need to get these Vegas Nay lashes. You can get them at Target, Ulta, and anywhere else that they sell eyeliner lashes, but the Grand Glamour are my favorites, and they're just like va-va-voom. You can check my Instagram. I used these on a client recently, and you can see how they look. This does come with a little adhesive, but I don't use that. But to me, it's worth it to get these because they're like $10, but you can use them a bunch of times if you take care of them. So the Grand Glamour Vegas Nail Lashes, these are bomb. And the last product that I want to mention is the Nivea Men Pulse Shave Balm. This is from the drugstore, and I use this as a primer if I want my makeup to last really long. I've gotten a lot of questions on this. I do not recommend this if you have super oily skin because you will just get oilier. Because this has glycerin in it, if you do have dry or normal skin, it's gonna hydrate the skin and it's really gonna let the foundation adhere to your makeup, because glycerin is the ingredient that does that. So a lot of primers have glycerin, so this is a great primer. I'm probably gonna do a review on this and do like half my face with this and then half without, so I can show you guys how long this lasts. Whenever I use this, my blush and my bronzer and everything just lasts so much longer. It does have a manly, masculine scent, but I don't mind that. I like that. I like the smell of cologne, so I don't mind it. I know a lot of you guys were also asking me if it broke me out. It hasn't broken me out, not that I know of, but yeah. Nivea Men Post Shave Balm is also Balm. I don't really have a favorite drugstore primer, so I guess this would be my favorite drugstore primer. So that concludes my favorite drugstore products. I hope you guys found this useful and helpful. I do have tons of other drugstore products that I love, but these are my standout products that I use regularly, that I really love. If I missed anything, I will list it down below. Some of these products are like my favorite products of all time. I am a high-end makeup collector. Like, I like to purchase high-end makeup. I like collecting high-end makeup, but I do love my drugstore products. I love going to Rite Aid or CVS and just finding a buy one get one sale and just going ham. Let me know what favorite products you have from the drugstore. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.